So here is the 290 I've been talking about for about 2 weeks, but haven't ever shown because it actually just got here a day or so ago. I was out of town. It was about a week behind schedule because it had a permitting issue getting it into North Carolina from out of state. So it was up in Virginia, only about 8 miles, but it took a week to get a permit to cross the state line with it because it's an overweight machine. 290, they weighed it out. It weighs almost 70,000 pounds, so it's a 35-ton machine. I think it's 29 metric tons is what they call a 290. But it's a 2010 290C, got 4,700 hours on it. This is just going to help out with our bigger projects. It's got a, you can tell, pretty good sized bucket on. I think it's 2.5 yard, 3 yard, probably 3 yard heaped up. It's got a mechanical thumb on it that's going to be cut off, and a hydraulic thumb replaced because it's plumbed. So we just folded it up out of the way. But all in all, it's a pretty solid machine. It's so like I said, it's got 4,700 hours on it. The undercarriage is in great shape. They put new sprockets on it, and they repainted. Obviously, as you can tell, they repainted the whole entire machine. But we saw it before it got painted, and didn't have the first single dent in it. It didn't have any paint from about here down, and it's got a shiny paint job now, which you will never be able to match up if you scratch it. So you're going to be careful with it. Got some decals ordered for the red warnings right here for that. But yeah, it's appears to be a nice machine. It's actually the first time I've seen it since it got repainted. And they folded the thumb up, kind of transport a little bit better. So I'm gonna start it up, let it warm up, and run down here and play with it for a few minutes. It should definitely help that big bucket loading the truck out a little quicker. That was the whole plan for it. No, the cab was in pretty good shape, if I say. I cleaned it out. It was pretty dirty, but I mean, the seat ain't tore or anything. Everything seems to work on it. See, 4,006 hours. Might as well start it up, shouldn't we? Let's see, that Volvo key. For some reason I have, yeah, that's the wrong Volvo key. I gotta go get the other one out of the truck. For some reason this was the one for the 140 that we sold, and it took a slightly different key for some reason. So let me go get that and fire it up. Yeah, I don't know whatever happened. This one's the Volvo 777 key, and the one I always use is the 585, but for some reason they made just a slightly different key. No smoke, I guess that's a good sign. Let it warm up for a little bit. It even came with some fuel in it. Wasn't that nice? Yeah, it's a nice bucket. So this thing will get one heck of a scoop, but we discovered one little thing. Barry, that's boom all the way back. I mean, I know it's a big machine, but it should definitely raise the boom a little quicker than that. I have to get the service guy out here to check the pressures in this thing. Make sure it's everything's up to par on it. Trying to run this thing one-handed here. And it should definitely boom up a little quicker than that. So you ain't got a problem getting a scoop of dirt, but it's you're loading the truck, you're gonna be waiting on this thing to boom up. scoop of dirt though. That's definitely gonna speed it up right there. Set the camera up over here and get a little video working a little bit. So looking over it after I run it, when we went up there and saw it, it wasn't repainted, and they just power washed. I did notice the cylinder was a little bit wet, and I do believe that it's going to have to get repacked. It's starting to drip just a little bit, but who knows? After you use it a little bit, it might swell up and stop leaking, or it might blow out. So that'll probably be something that's going to have to get repacked, and you know, that could be causing it not to have the power it should have on raising it. Maybe it's blowing by inside the cylinder and it's not having all the lifting power that it should. So that would probably be the first one. We'll probably check the pressures, and then that'll be the next best bet. But all in all, I mean, it looks, for what we paid for it, it looks like it's gonna be a decent machine. Main pin, I mean just the mechanical thumb. Have to cut all that off. Whoever welded it on did a good job though. That's decent. Leave that plate right there and cut it off right there and grind it back down. And just weld the new hydraulic thumb. If you notice, the bucket was a little bit wiggly. We got to get all new pin and bushing. The thumb's going to come with a new pin. We got to get a longer pin because it's going to be a main pin thumb. So we'll have a new pin. Might as well replace the two bushings in there, and that should tighten that up. And, all in all, it don't seem like a bad machine. It's going to be slower regardless, just because it's a lot bigger machine. All Volvo filters when they changed it, so at least they somewhat tried to take care of it. I don't see anything leaking. They greased the crap out of it. There's grease everywhere. Alright. Well, I guess I'll get some more videos when we put it back to work next week.